Have you noticed that if you talk about your favorite band or even about a band of your friend with someone else, you can say so many amazing things about them. You can be emotional and excited.
However, when it comes to talking about your own band, you become humble, diminish your own achievements in order to be modest and to avoid bragging.
Many musicians face that situation, and we did as well. So, we wanted to make your networking life easier by sharing our own experience.
What is networking at all? Are your friends, relatives and colleagues your network?
Yeah, and where do we find new contacts? How do we start conversation going? And how to make your new connections into mutually beneficial relationships?
In today's video, we have collected some tips and tricks for you about networking for musicians.
This is a vlog, Do You Speak Music? About management and marketing in music, where we,
Ira
and Nastya, talk about different parts of lives of a musician.
Our goal is to make your music life full of new connections and bring you from where you are to where you want to be.
Nastya, when you hear the word networking, what comes to mind first?
Internet comes to my mind, some different connections, organizations, people, countries, maybe exchange.
Yeah, and every person we know is actually our network, our friends, family, even our neighbors. However, when speaking about professional networks, it is, what's the definition?
Let's make a definition. So, interesting fact. Networking is an activity by which people and organizations meet to create, act upon opportunities or share information and seek potential partners.
So, let's start. First tip is about how to network on social media.
This is probably the most accessible way to connect to new people.
Yeah. And first thing you need to do is identify people you want to reach. If you are an independent artist who wants to be signed, let's say, you might want to connect to labels or managers.
If you are an artist who wants to have a tour in Germany, you might want to connect to booking agents and PR companies in Germany.
Next thing is to find them on either Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and start engaging with them. Contribute to their conversation in an interactive and valuable way. Answer to the questions if they ask for opinions. Keep engaging with them and they will start recognizing your name soon.
Important thing here, don't start pushing your music right away. It works much better if you start tying your music into conversations once you build the foundation.
I totally agree with that. Okay, and next important bit. Networking in person. How do we do that productively?
Networking online is something we should be constantly doing. However, the best way to connect to people and to take your relation to the next level is talking to people in person, face to face.
And it's not complicated, in fact. You just need to become an active member of your local music community. Go out, meet new people, and maintain the relationship with the people you already know.
Go to workshops, concerts, conferences, festivals, and play at the events where multiple bands are performing. Actually, we visited today with Ira interesting event, speed dating.
For musicians.
Yeah, this is important to add.
We met on Zoom with different industry professionals and we were split into breakout rooms and we had 7 minutes to introduce ourselves and figure out if we can cooperate with them.
Yeah, it was curious. I met booking agent from Germany and a piano player from Italy.
Oh, nice. And I met a Ukrainian music blogger and a guy from a label. Overall, it was quite useful.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, social networking is the least social activity ever. Do you agree?
No. Actually, I'm planning my face-to-face activity via social media.
Oh, exciting. Did you see that secret concert by So Far Sounds Live? We can apply right now.
Can you send me a link?
Sure, here we go.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I have heard there will be multiple bands playing and this amazing player from Australia. We should go.
Oh my God, we're definitely going.
Okay.
By the way, you will be surprised, but your fellow musicians are very valuable contacts. as they work with photographers, videographers, booking agents, labels, managers, and so on.
And most of them will be happy to share their connections and even introduce you to their network.
Also, consider playing at non-musical events like local fairs, exhibitions, openings, and there you can get exposure to a completely new audience.
Yeah, nevertheless, just performing is not enough to be creating new connections. Once you finish your performance, go out and speak to people.
After you've finished the concert, people are more likely to be interested in talking to you. It's just in our psychology to respect the person on the stage. Use that leverage.
When you start speaking to people, surprise them by showing the interest in them and asking them what do they do, how are they enjoying the event, and only after that, bring up your music.
Next tip, and it's called Every Conversation Matters.
If you only dream to be signed by a label and only looking for an A&R manager, you are likely to dismiss small conversations, as they seem like a waste of time.
Interesting fact. Artists and repertoire, A&R, is the division of a record label or music publishing company that is responsible for talent scouting and overseeing the artistic development of recording artists, singers, instrumentalists, bands, and so on. And songwriters, of course.
It's important to be open-minded here and talk to other bands, local event organizers, small bloggers, as they might become big one day, and appreciate that you supported them as they were in the beginning.
Or even people who cannot help you with anything right now, but they love your music and want to be helpful in any way possible.
Don't dismiss any conversation. That's true. Some conversations may lead nowhere. But even if you had 20 conversations and as a result made one very valuable connection, that's what matters. After a couple of years, you might look back and appreciate how important that one connection was.
I had an experience actually when we performed at an open mic in Amsterdam.
Interesting fact. Open mic, an event where there are 10 to 15 musicians who only play a couple of songs each to showcase their music.
And so, we went all the way there from Ukraine to play a couple of songs. And as a result of that open mic in Amsterdam, we met a journalist who published an article about us in a respectful British blog, an invitation to perform at a festival in Manchester, and 2 people who wanted to organize concerts for us in the UK. That was the most productive networking event ever.
Who would expect such a big result from just performing a couple of songs?
Right? And we came to our next tip, follow up.
When you connect with someone at the event, it's important to follow up. Even if the person had good intentions and promised to help you in some way, they might simply forget.
We have to remember that we are the interested party, so it's up to us to maintain the conversation. If you meet a lot of people at the event, in a couple of days you might forget who you were talking with and what you were talking about. It's normal, and they might forget as well.
Yeah, the good idea would be to note down some details about each person you had a conversation with in your phone, or if you exchange business cards, just put some info on the business card.
Yeah, and when you email them or add them on Facebook, LinkedIn, mention where you met them, what you were talking about, to simply refresh their memory and make them remember you before you start the conversation.
And sometimes just a business card or a CD, which you also can present actually, can turn into a valuable opportunity for you. So once we have presented an extra CD to a designer who created an album art for us, and in 1 year we received an invitation to the big Polish festival in Gdańsk. The story is simple. That designer presented our CD to the festival manager from Gdańsk. She heard us in the car by chance and decided that we are the right band to perform in their festival.
Wow, this is so impressive. And we smoothly came to our last tip, give and receive.
Any relationship is about giving and receiving. Every time you meet someone new, think about how you can be helpful to them before jumping in and asking favors.
In this case, firstly, the person will be genuinely interested in helping you as you offered to help them first.
And secondly, if you are feeling uncomfortable at networking because you have to ask people to do something, offer your help first.
Think about it. Even if you're talking with a big name like A&R manager from the UK, you can be helpful to them as you know your local market and you can advise them some good venues for their artist. So it's not always you asking for favors, you can be of service to others as well.
This is a win-win strategy. This is when both parties get benefits from cooperation.
Can you remember situations from your life when you helped someone and they helped you back? It could be as simple as you shared someone's song and they shared yours. It could be you recorded an instrumental part for someone and they offered a free recording as well.
What is your experience of a win-win situation in networking? Please share your stories in the comments section. We would love to read them.
So, we've walked you through 5 tips and tricks we recommend using for networking.
When it comes to practice, think about who is that person in your band that has the right soft skills to represent you at networking events.
Like communication skills, openness, active listening skills, and empathy.
If you are lucky, there is going to be more than one person, or there might be none at all.
In that case, we have the last tip for you. If needed, hire a manager or representative.
If none of your band are comfortable selling themselves, if you want to call it that way, consider hiring a manager or a representative who will attend networking events and build connections on your behalf.
Some people really enjoy building connections, and others struggle with it a lot and need to push themselves.
There is nothing bad in delegating tasks. If networking is not your thing, don't push yourself too hard. Delegate it to someone else if you can. You have to enjoy it, otherwise there is no point.
So, today we discussed networking and talked about how to make this process easier while making it more productive.
We'd love to hear about your own experience of networking. Maybe you had a situation when you met someone who later had an unexpectedly good impact on your career.
Please let us know in the comment section. Your story will definitely inspire someone to keep going, and support is so important in our industry.
Of course. Now, traditionally, like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might benefit from it. We have planned and produced 15 videos of the vlog Do You Speak Music?
And if you would like us to continue the vlog, please become our patron on Patreon.
Yeah, the link to our Patreon is below this video.
And we'll really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you.